Funny story, I recorded almost an entire vlog while shooting the sunrise. Didn't realize until I started packing up to go home that my microphone battery was dead. I lost all of that audio because when you have an external mic plugged into your camera, that means the internal mic doesn't catch any audio either. So I lost all of that audio. This video is about the Sigma 35mm 1.4, why it's my new favorite lens, and why the 35mm focal length is vastly becoming my favorite focal length, and how I think this lens can benefit a lot of videographers and photographers. So with that being said, Linda has a coffee client at the farmer's market. So we're gonna head down to the farmer's market. I'm gonna shoot some B-roll with the 35 1.4, and then we'll come back into the studio and discuss why I think this lens and this focal length is so great. I ended up choosing the Sigma 35 1.4 because of its color rendition and its edge-to-edge sharpness. The Sigma 35 1.4 feels really good in the hand. I mean, it should, it's a 1.5 pound lens. The focus ring is real nice, tight and snug. It doesn't take a lot of adjustment to change areas of focus. Another thing I like about this lens is it does have the manual and autofocus switch on the side, so that's very helpful for your run and gun type shooting, especially when you're trying to dial in landscape photography. The one thing I did notice while shooting the B-roll at the farmer's market with the 35 1.4, I often find when shooting B-roll at 1.4, it does focus breathe a lot. Now this is because the lens is a 1.4, meaning that that field of focus or that focus area is very, very small. So when you have multiple moving parts or multiple different subjects, it is going to focus breathe because the focus area is very, very small. So I often find myself shooting at f2.0 when I'm shooting B-roll with this lens. The reason why the 35mm focal length is such a sought after focal length is because it is said that the 35mm is close to the human eye. It also depends on who you ask, but it is most appealing for the viewer because it makes them feel like they're in the scene. Almost all 35mm lenses are free from distortion, but wide enough to capture some landscape photography. This is why I sought out the 35mm lens. I'm starting to find that the Zeiss 18mm is just too wide for my landscape time lapses. It's a great lens for astrophotography, but when shooting like the sunset or the sunrise or a mountain range or some cloud, I just need a little bit more compression. So let me know in the comments below which lens you would choose if money was not an object. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, 1% better every day.